What if you took government completely out of healthcare? Some of you have bought the liberal line of how wonderful government is. That you'd probably think, oh no, that would just be terrible. And so your doctor, if you went in with a stomach ache, would like cut your liver out and feed it to their dog because they were not under the control or the eye of government. You really believe that? I think government has become a taskmaster. I see the government as our master, and we are just slaves to bid their will, whatever that may be. I think one of the most important alternatives to Obamacare would be simple free market. A little bit of capitalism thrown into this whole healthcare thing probably would ensure more people and provide better healthcare in the end. I really believe that. Take doctors, for instance. We need tons more. They're not competing over us. They have too many patients now because there's not enough doctors. I mean, the licensing process, the schools, all that it takes is just ridiculous almost. Imagine this conversation. Neighbor would come to me and say, hey, Bill, got a sore throat. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a cold. New to town. Where can I go to a good doctor without spending a lot of money? I said, oh, you know what you need to do? Dr. Joe around the corner. He works from his home. He can prescribe all the basic stuff, get you started. Not where I'd go for heart surgery, but for simple things, he'd be great. Can you imagine having that conversation? Well, it would never happen in this country. The government would not allow it. We need thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of more doctors to offer their services and to compete for our business. And think about pharmaceutical companies. And by the way, the Federal Drug Administration, FDA, which runs that whole industry, what if we just did away with them so that when a pharmaceutical company came up with a cure for cancer, say, with a drug, that instead of waiting 10, 12 years, they could go ahead and put it on the market. And you say, oh no, but what if it fails and somebody gets hurt or dies? Well, that's what's great about this country. We have, number one, the press that can report that and would really hurt the business, future business of that pharmaceutical company if everybody knew that people were dying from their drug. And then we have these little guys called lawyers that goes after these companies, and they love to sue when a mistake or failure is there. Why do we need the government beyond that? And then insurance companies, healthcare, greatest example of socialism I've ever seen. I mean, think about smoking and lung cancer, for instance. Insurance companies are dependent on people who will never smoke. So there's very little chance they'll get lung cancer to pay for those who are going to smoke their whole life, and chances are they're going to get lung cancer and die and cost the system buckets of money. Socialism, that's a good definition of what it is. Imagine insurance companies that would be able to customize their services and offer products to each individual based on what they need and want. Wow. Wouldn't that just be insane? I think it'd be great. So the next healthcare conversation you have with your neighbor, family, friend, just to ask, hey, what would happen if we put more free market into healthcare?